All right, we're live. The right off the top, we gotta talk about O'Reilly getting ousted from Fox. All I've been reading about is just the a lot of people are happy to see him go. Surprisingly, I thought there'd be more like this is an outrage kind of thing.
Who's outraged?
Oh no, he had like the highest rated news show for like years.
Okay.
Evening news show. I thought there'd be more people like wait, and he wasn't convicted of anything, but I guess paying people off is the same thing.
I mean, his time was coming. Everybody knew what he was doing behind the scenes, and it was like, I mean, it's like, okay, you know what? You're harassing all these women. You're a racist. You're saying all this racist shit. Like they let, like Fox News let all this racist shit. They let all the racial stuff slide because it was like, okay, who cares about black people's opinions? Like, you're not gonna get a problem with that. But the minute I guess that people got tired of the lawsuits and Fox was like, "Yo, he's costing us like 13 million," and then the average once the advertisers start pulling their money when it got too big, that's when they had a problem. They thought it was gonna die down, and it didn't die down.
It's crazy. It's all about O'Reilly being an old pervert. What an end.
I don't understand how he couldn't find regular chicks to sleep with. I mean, he's on. I mean, you couldn't pay like a high class prostitute to sleep with you. Why do you have to sexually harass women when you got tons of money to buy chicks? I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Spent 13
It's not like
million
you
on paying
broke.
chicks off. Yeah, he spent 13 million silencing chicks. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, he gets paid
wow.
a lot of money to do what he's doing. And
Yeah,
I'm telling, and I'm like, you're white, you have money. You tell me you can't go and buy a prostitute. You tell me there's no high class hookers that want to sleep with you. You have to. Do you have to sexually harass people? It makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. It just doesn't make
apparently
sense.
from what I'm reading, he's just like an inappropriate guy. Like he's just I don't know, misogynist and just really rubs women the wrong way in the workplace,
Yeah,
which is
but I
crazy because
mean,
he's like the big fish in that pond. Like
true,
he's
true.
like their pillar, but I guess the women weren't having it.
Man. I mean, hey, look, you fucked up. You know you. He knows he's fucked up. And he thought that since he's the big fish, he could get away with it. And I guess people got tired of it, and they was like, "Yo, son, you and the advertiser's not coming back to the show. You're a liability. That's all it is. It's like, yo, you're a liability. We got to get rid of you. That's all. I
Money
mean, he knew it
talks.
was coming. Yeah, money talks. He knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. Come on, son. I mean, I can understand if you broke and I mean, like, I have a lot of attractive coworkers, and I don't sexually harass anybody, but I do look at them when they're not looking. You know, I look at their booties and say, okay, that's a nice booty right there. That's a nice booty right there. And they know I'm looking. I'm not like obvious with it. I just glance up like, okay, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, they look at me too, but it's like it's mutual attraction. I mean, if the women were mutually attracted to Bill O'Reilly, this wouldn't be happening. But he's an old, decrepit white man, Republican who he talks about bullshit on the radio and the TV. I mean, I can understand if he looked like a movie star or something, then yeah, I get it. But come on, son, how you? I don't get it. I just don't understand how you have all this money, and power and prestige, and you just sexually harass women like you don't need to. That's like the same thing with Aaron Hernandez. He doesn't need to kill people, but he just wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Something was wrong with Aaron Hernandez. That's a tragic story of talent
Like,
and
and
idiocy.
stupidity.
Yeah, like I don't know what I think. I guess he had an appeal in for the case that he was convicted of. Like he wasn't like done yet. Like he wasn't like done yet. Like I don't know
Mhm.
why he committed suicide so soon.
That no. Let's keep it 100. It wasn't suicide. Nobody's gonna hang a 6'6" brolic ex football player in the jail cell. Somebody killed him. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Somebody killed him. He probably got in the wrong person's face, and he had a crew, and they was like, "Yo, just kill him. Just take him out. That's it." And that was it. And that's all that happened. Somebody big in jail put the hit out on him. Let's keep it 100. That's what happened. We know what happened. We're not stupid. The American public is not stupid. They want to be stupid, but a person can be smart and say, you know what, somebody killed that motherfucker. And more often not, they're right. That's what happened. He didn't commit suicide in a jail cell. Nobody hangs himself in a jail cell. Nobody. That's like it's like slipping in the tub and be like hitting your head and oops, I committed suicide. But unless somebody just bashing my head in, oops, somebody committed suicide. Like, come on, son, nobody committed suicide. Somebody killed him.
It's the first I'm hearing this theory.
It's true. How many people that you've heard of? Oh, and then they died under mysterious circumstances. It's labeled a suicide. No, accidental deaths in places like that to me off the bat are not mysterious deaths for no reason of suicide. It's not like they found me in this prison cell hung and I hung myself and nobody was watching me, nobody was monitoring me, nobody was checking up on me. This wasn't a suicide. Come on, son. Let's be honest.
That shit wasn't no suicide, man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious to everybody who look at it.
Like, nah.
Nah, that's not suicide. They just
his personality. Nah, he's not a weak-minded dude, man. He's not. He got somebody set him up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the guards killed him. You know, because
yeah,
you know it's
that's what I thought too.
It's such a cover-up, man. Because it's not his personality. Because yeah. Nah.
You talking about Aaron Hernandez? Or what are you talking about?
Yeah, because Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, because he's got the type of personality that he thrives in jail, dog. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he could do that shit for 100 years. You know, he's the type that thrives. like if you read up on him being a goon, there's nothing about his personality. If you know people like that would just be all of a sudden just decide, hey, this isn't worth it. I'm gonna kill myself.
I don't know. Being a goon on the streets a lot different than being a goon in jail.
But he was a goon in jail, man. That's the thing. He was running shit in jail, man.
I don't know. Life is life. I mean, it's a long time, bro.
Do you think it's a suicide though? Come on.
I don't know. I mean,
come on, son. That's like me intentionally hitting you with a car and then calling it an accident. When you see me aiming for you, it's not an accident, okay? I intentionally meant to hurt you.
But the thing is, he had his own cell. So I mean,
somebody got in. Somebody got in and they probably hemmed them up.
Not in jail. Not these days.
Come on, son. You serious right now? You killing me here.
That's
killing me.
Like most modern, there's no way to get around that. Like most modern prisons and jails, you know, unless you want to go on some, you know, the guards did them in shit, but
yeah, that has to be that. That has to be.
That's what he was saying, man.
Come on, man. They make more off him alive than dead.
Who would make it more off of him?
The COs, if they want. Yeah. What is Aaron Hernandez did to them? Nothing. So
like I said, if it wasn't the guards, it was somebody connected, somebody that had power inside the jail that put the hit out on them. It wasn't just the guards. Somebody was connected
with more money than him.
It's not about money. It's about power and who's the biggest fish in the yard. And it wasn't Aaron Hernandez. It was somebody big in the jail that put the hit out on him. It has to be somebody with power and control who. I mean, come on, Aaron Hernandez. That has to be. Come on, think about it. Aaron Hernandez was a goon, but at the same time, yeah, he's a rich goon. But at the same time, it's like once you go into jail, none of that really matters because you're not the biggest fish in the yard right now.
That sounds like some fanciful stuff, man. I don't know.
It's not fanciful. Come on, son. You're killing me here.
You sound like you write stories for a living or something, man.
I do write stories for a living. I mean, come on. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I know, but it's like, come on, son. Are you serious right now? You really want to deny somebody killed him? Come on.
I don't think they'd have to go through all that. Nah.
Ooh.
Well, somebody got in his jail cell. They put the tool to him real quick. That's what happened.
Somebody want to kill him, they just stab him in the heart, right in fucking middle of prison, dude.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. It's like, I'm not gonna make it obvious I killed you because it's gonna lead back to me.
They don't care though. Those guys in there are like lifers. They don't care.
Yeah, but the way you do it is that you do it behind the scenes, and you make sure that nobody is around, so that way they can say it's a suicide because nobody was around, nobody saw nothing, and nobody was there.
Oz, bro. Too many episodes of Oz.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true though. Come on, son. If you stab him in the heart in front of the playground, in front of everybody. They're like, oh, he did it.
Nah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, we're going to make it seem like he committed suicide. You know, we're gonna make it seem like he committed suicide, but we know it's not suicide.
All right. It's been a very busy week, actually. Outside of that, they had the crazy guy make national news in my town.
Yeah, man.
What
That had to be like 2 blocks down from you, right? Fresno ain't that big. Shit.
What town is that? Cleveland?
Fresno, man. Fresno ain't that big, man. And it's in the middle of nowhere.
Fresno.
Yeah.
California.
I was actually shocked to see that even made national news, and then when I heard he was Muslim, I was like, oh, okay.
Ah, shit. Muslim.
His last name was
Black
Muhammad.
Jesus.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Mainstream media is just so shitty right now. They're just totally pushing the Islam thing, like.
But nobody really cares. He was.
Wait. Let's go back a second. So you're gonna pretend that like the far right wouldn't run wild with that shit? I'm sure all those conspiracy blogs they got something right now.
No, I'm sure they all do too.
So
Islam is.
Why are we gonna pinpoint one thing and say, oh, well, this is this, but then
because mainstream media has a much larger platform and much more influence over,
I don't know. I think the guys on the forum would disagree.
Yeah, but they'd be wrong. Mainstream media has way more influence. It's almost the fourth branch of government, if you ask me.
It is the fourth branch of government.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think the media is a much bigger player than any of those forums.
So, Hotep,
that's Uncle Hotep to you, man.
Fucking old bastard.
Fuck, man.
Yo, so what are they saying about the black Muslim guy who shot all those people on the right wing fringe sites that you read and post on?
I mean, I don't go to many right wing fringe sites, man. I get my news from Twitter and in the Coli. And
you live on Twitter, all right?
I have an interesting story about that. I had 2 guys at the bar last night.
Pause.
They browse the Coli because I've told them about it.
Oh, Jesus.
They actually refer to it as Black Stormfront, which is a pretty common thing. And they were just reading the thread on the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like just feeding me comments while we were at the bar. Like, in one of the comments was, as long as he didn't kill any black people.
What?
And I'm just like, and some of the comments are just so hard to defend. People were just commenting like, well, he's shooting white, so I don't really care. Like, it's just so.
But it's true.
Like, yeah, but I can see how it can look like the Black Stormfront. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, but
I can see how it can look like that.
Come on. In America, in any other website, whenever it's a white person killing a black person, it's never a large outcry. I mean, it's never a large outcry from white people about it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
But to actually openly say I'm cool with them shooting white people, it's just really brutal, man. That's I mean, come on, man. I'm not gonna be a white apologist, but that's hard to defend, man. Like,
I mean, I can't honestly. I can't
say white lives don't matter. It's kind of hard to defend,
for
man.
all of my white fans. I really can't condone this, but I really can't condone. I really can't condone it. But I want to exactly. It's like I want to, but I can't condone it. Just because as white people are people too. But it's funny.
people.
If they're reading like TLR or something like that, of course the comments are going to be outrageous. Half of it is just fucking trolling. But the others, at the same time, though, white people live.
There's a.
Okay, there's some crazy shit going on. But my point is, the white people live in such a vacuum that they don't understand Black Lives Matter, not as a group, but like the fact that blacks are indiscriminately killed and imprisoned by police, which is essentially
Where do you go with this bullshit, man? What do you mean indiscriminately killed, man? Stop with this Black Lives Matter rhetoric, man. It's already been debunked, man. It's a dead org started by the white man, started by George Soros. You can't stop bringing them up, man. Just stop. No.
Not as a group. I'm not talking about it as a group, since that's what you're going to pinpoint. But the actions itself.
Well, the Black America has to fix their culture, man. It's just not all about their indiscriminately hunted down.
Wait. Hold on.
Culture.
Who has to fix their culture?
Whose culture is it? Is the white man going to fix the black man's culture? Are you serious right now, man?
It sounds like you want like some type of who are you trying to conform to?
We have to better ourselves, man. I know you're the white liberal. You can't understand what I'm talking about.
It's not even about bettering ourselves, because you know what's funny? Whenever an innocent black person is accused of doing something, guess what? The cops amp it up and they try to intentionally put this man in jail for some odd reason. Look at Khalif Browder. He was doing nothing. He got accused of a crime he didn't commit, and he was just basically tossed in.
You know how many people that happens to? That happens to everybody.
That's the whole point. It shouldn't happen. It should not happen. The fact of the matter is the police target us. The police target us for it to happen. That's the problem. They target us intentionally for it to happen to boost their numbers and say, oh, black people are all committing all the crimes. And then when you really look at it, the crime was like, what, jaywalking? What, accused of stealing a backpack? I mean, come on, when does it end? When does it end? And people got to wake up and be like, yo, the cops are really out there doing this to swell their numbers, to fuck up everybody.
You guys are both crazy.
What?
The whole black people pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
That's
it's silly, but cops don't have quotas like that. It's just racism.
They do.
No, it's just
it's racism, but they do have quotas. They do have quotas.
Yeah.
You didn't see the expose and they did in the New York Times. They did an expose on 11 NYPD black and Latino officers who were suing the department because they said that the department retaliated against them because they wouldn't target minority neighborhoods for the tickets and everything, citations and everything else.
Yeah. Well, they had to gentrify New York. How else is New York going to get gentrified?
So just a quick offshoot question here. Was Emmett Till also a Soros?
Yeah, exactly.
Again, you're pulling up. It's a shame what happened to Emmett Till, but like I say, if you look back, if you go through all the police cases all over the country, it's all types of people. Just because the mainstream media beats it in your head when there's ever the black case, a black kid that loses his life, that's unfortunate. But since the mainstream media wants to pick at this particular story, and the African American feeds into it, that doesn't make it any different.
So you ignoring statistics?
It happens to everybody. We all know this.
Statistics don't matter. Sentencing doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters.
If we fix our culture and stop playing the white man's game, we wouldn't have to worry about it. Asians don't worry about it.
Fix our culture,
Indians don't worry about it.
Statistics aren't on Uncle Hotep's side, but I definitely agree that there was there were certainly shootings that occurred the other day, and none of them made national news except for the Muslim who said he hates white people. I think there's definitely an agenda.
Problem.
I think there's definitely an agenda. We'd be dishonest to say there isn't.
Yeah, there is an agenda. That's the problem. It's to slant black people in the worst media light forever. And you know what's funny?
Right now, I think it's Islam more so than black people. You know,
TV off. Black people watch too much TV.
I don't even have cable right now, but I know what I see on the news and on Facebook and everything else. Because guess what? It's everywhere. It's like no matter where you go, it's always gonna be around. No matter how you try to escape it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
so you walk out the door and you be like, oh man, they're out to get me. As soon as you walk out the door, is that what you're saying?
who's out to get me? I have a convenient fear, not of black gangbangers, but of the police. I don't fear black gangbangers. I fear the police more often do I not.
I fear
than anything else. Like I could take a gangbanger 1-on-1 in a straight up fight. That's not a problem. But at the same time, it's like
you're gonna get caught slipping one of these days.
But at the same time, it's like, guess what? The police are calling backup, and it's like 4 or 5 big white motherfuckers with guns. I'm conveniently afraid of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it only takes one thing to escalate it, and the police be like, listen, I'm the law, you're not the law. Even though you know that it's bullshit, the cops do abuse their powers, left and right. When nobody's looking, they do abuse the powers, no matter if they're being filmed or not. You know, and it's getting to a point where people are getting tired of it. Like, come on, son, when is it gonna end? When is it really gonna end? I mean, you talk about changing the culture. What happens when the black people, like, look at Tulsa, Oklahoma? What happened there? Nobody, the black people was doing their own thing, and the white people just fucking was jealous, and you know, the media fucked it up, and basically the white people went on a rampage through that town and burned it down. The only way we fix our culture if we all take all the black people and just leave the planet. That's it.
What the fuck, man?
That's what
y'all, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Total and complete, like, basically, you know, exile to a new place. To a new.
Yo, can I talk about this? Because y'all, every time I bring this up,
what
the African American, the Akata, the Shine will always bring up Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the Black Wall Street riots.
It's true.
Listen, the white man bombed Nagasaki. Did the white man not bomb Nagasaki? And what did the Japanese do after they bombed Nagasaki? They rebuilt their own shit. I mean, this is the African American. When they get bombed, they like, oh man, we gotta give up, man. The white men don't want us to have nothing, so we can't do it. Let's fight for segregation and all this other bullshit. What the black man should have and the black woman should have did was rebuild it. And if they bombed it again, rebuild it again. This is the African Americans' problem.
But what's the point of rebuilding it when they just want to constantly destroy it? It's like, guess what? Oh, in the Middle East, right? Okay. Hold on. All right, let's look at the Middle East. The U.S. bombs the Middle East and all these Middle Eastern countries. They're still destroyed to this very day. And now none of these Middle Eastern people have rebuilt their countries. Why? Because they don't have the funds, they don't have the equipment, they don't have the manpower to do so. That's number one. Number two is conveniently a scapegoat to just say, look, these are the terrorists. We got to bomb their countries and keep them down. You know what I'm saying? They did a number on us to a point where a lot of us don't even want to fight back anymore.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like how can you blame the victim, but you don't blame the person who's doing the oppressing?
Because that's what I expect them to do. You know what I'm saying? I expect them to be that. I don't expect them to be, oh, we're sorry, black people, we're sorry. How can I help you? How can I get you back on your feet? How do you expect the same people that enslaved you to help you out at the end? This is what I'm
expecting. The same way that you keep ignoring the repression that's been going on for hundreds of years, right?
Because we can beat it. I can beat it. I'm the original man. White liberal, I'm the original man. I can beat you.
And see, that's why I'm advocating a complete and total separation. I'm advocating like, yo, we need to have our own shit, because it's like we'll never get peace with them in the picture. Ever. Any war in human history has been started by a white man. The World War, Civil War, Revolutionary War, white people. It's always been white people, no matter what.
Accurate, but
come on, 90% of the wars have been started by white people.
90%, all right.
Have you ever seen that Arabian or African army marching across the U.S. and be like, oh, we're gonna kill you? No, it's always been the opposite way. It's always been an American-led military who bombs these places, who march on their countries, and be like, okay, the white man said we got to do this because you have a terrorist in your group, and we're gonna bomb the shit out of your country. When does it end? When does one motherfucker start fighting back and say, listen, we're not going to have your military bases nowhere near our country. We're not going to have your soldiers on our country. We're not going to have your drones flying through our skies. Period. You're not going to be here. And see, that's the whole point with the whole thing with North Korea. Like, if you look at North Korea, basically, if they had they have the manpower, but the technology sucks. If the technology was good, there'd be a problem.
So you're a North Korea apologist?
No, I'm not a North Korea apologist, but at the same time, it's like I understand why the guy is trying to do what he's doing.
I think you're giving him a lot more noble credit than he's due.
No, I understand he's a fucked up person, but at the same time, it's like, how can the U.S. be hypocrites to say, yo, we're not going to allow any other country to have nuclear weapons except us? But if you're not down with us, we can't allow you to have nuclear weapons either.
But the nuclear conventions are what set that.
Yeah, but at the same time, who and the U.S. is the biggest person on the yard barking at North Korea. Even Russia and China is be like, listen, we got to be calm with these fools. And America has been the biggest ones barking at them, talking about you can't have it because if you do, we're gonna bomb you.
Russia and China are the ones who armed them, though.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Russia and China is the one who armed them, right? But yet the U.S. don't point that out at all. The U.S. to be like, listen, you arming our enemies, and if you arm our enemies, that makes you an enemy. Why haven't they said that?
Well, part of it, Russia broke away from North Korea in, I think, the 60s, and China at the same time. But China continued to, facilitate them. But not so much militarily, at least not in the nuclear weapon department. But, I mean, obviously it's a problem. North Korea has become a liability for Russia and China because of what they did. They've only emboldened the U.S. to go further. And that's why THAAD's there, and that's why Russia's pissed about that, and that's why China's pissed about that. So, they shot themselves in the foot. But, I don't think it's up to the U.S. I think Russia and China should take responsibility for what they fucking did.
True. But at the same time, it's like, why do the U.S. got to be involved? It's like
the bankers want North Korea, man. You're equating this white supremacy crap, man. All wars are bankers' wars, man.
And who's the bankers? Who are the bankers run by? Who are the bankers run by, buddy? Come on, answer that question. Answer the question.
Ask 80. Ask 88. Don't ask me. Ask 88.
Answer the question. Who the bankers run by?
Don't ask me. Ask 88. I don't know enough.
Ain't no black man at the top of the pyramid, okay? He could be the token, but he ain't gonna be the top of the pyramid. There's always a white man somewhere controlling the strings. Always. Don't forget it. And it's not a conspiracy, it's fact. Okay?
Oh God, that's too much.
Can I get my account reviewed, man?
Speaking of working on it, man. You got Bush pretty. I don't even know why you got Bush. That's not even brought up. It's just the conversation starts at. So you're in the bushes.
You did something.
Yeah, you did something. You upset someone. I think when you go in to FAH's threads and shit on or do your low quality posting thing, he takes it kind of personal. So you might want to watch that.
Who? Hotep?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hotep be pissing people off.
Yeah, he does. But
so
speaking of the North Korea thing, though, how do you guys feel about President Trump using economic leverage to get China on board with stopping North Korea, or at least giving the illusion that he has?
Better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, man, whatever works. I guess they're buying U.S. coal now.
Yeah, it seems like a bright spot for the administration.
Yeah, I mean, but who the fuck knows what's actually happening? I mean, that's the problem with this government.
They lie about everything, man. It's fucking ridiculous how much they lie.
I think he was quite a good deal maker with this. I mean, beforehand he accuses China of currency manipulation, and it seemed like he said all that anti-China stuff just to get them to have a certain position on North Korea, and then he pulled everything back. He's like, "Oh man, they're not." I mean, currency manipulation. No, man.
We can speculate that. We don't really know what's going on, and
that's what happened.
Huh?
That's what happened.
We don't fuck you. You can't say that with any kind of certainty, man. Get out of here.
That's what happened, man.
But at the same time, this is all happening. You know, he's getting his trademarks and his copyrights approved in China, which were blocked for years. The same night, Ivanka sat down, you know, and did her little hair flick. She got her trademarks approved. You just love to ignore this shit like it's no big deal.
How'd you
Somebody
guys
gotta
feel
get
about
rich, man. Might as well be
well,
done.
Ain't gonna be you, buddy.
Uncle Hotep, how'd you feel about him dropping the bomb on ISIS, the mother of all bombs, I believe they're calling it, the largest non-nuke that we have or whatever?
I mean, I didn't have no problem with it. I mean, I don't know why we're still in Afghanistan, to be honest with you. But if you're going to be there, you might as well drop the mother of all bombs. You might as well do it right. You know what I'm saying?
But the bankers though.
The bankers.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what happened? They bombed the tunnels that they built for this. The CIA built for the Afghanis against the rest. They just bombed their own stuff back. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they're the same. I don't think they're the same ones that were in Coast though. I just think they were like, you know, moving the fucking board around. These weren't the ones in Coast, right?
I don't know where it was, but how did they get the equipment to tunnel all that stuff? Who gave it to them?
I mean, shit. Look at history. I mean, we could have done it for them. I'm not saying that we didn't build them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole Middle East thing is just fucking. I'm sick of even hearing news about
Afghanistan's not in the Middle East though.
Or wherever, all of that shit. All of that shit. Tired of all of it. Wherever we're bombing people, tired of it. What the fuck? Perpetual war is just the most.
Oh, did you see people were upset that the feminists were upset that it's called the mother of all bombs? Because
feminists are the worst. One thing worse than a feminist is a male feminist. Absolutely, just what are you doing with your life? If you're a male feminist, like
Getting pussy.
I don't even know. You might want to. You probably don't want to offend it by penetrating it. I don't know, man.
So
it's fucking disgusting.
Is the mother of why would the mother of all bombs be offensive? Because
it's called the mother of all bombs. The mother for that.
Because someone because some man just assumed the gender of the bomb. Yeah, just assume that the gender of anything anymore.
Yo, these feminists are gonna be crying when they really get fucking drafted and have to go to war. They go, either you go to war, or you go to jail. They're gonna be like, well, I don't know. I think it's offensive. I have to go fight. Oh, really? Really? Here's his gun. Here's this vest. Get out there and go fight. You don't do it, we'll put you in jail. Let's
see what happens before you start, you know, just saying, you know, going off your gut. Because, you know, the thing is, a lot of women fought in World War II and fought in Vietnam. And
wait, hold on. World War II?
Yeah.
Who? What do you mean?
That's a good question. Who? Tell me.
No, from what I remember, wasn't a lot of women regulated to the factories and the workers, and they wasn't actually on the front lines.
Well, I mean, I think women just got the right to fight in combat, like, you know, like a year or two ago. But I'm saying, like, huh?
Nothing. Go ahead. If that's a right, man, they can have that.
Hey, I mean, that's your military code of justice or whatever the fuck you guys got going on.
Quality.
But nah, I mean, they were nurses. They moved equipment. They did all that shit. I mean, they weren't fucking fighting, you know, hand-to-hand combat or some shit. I didn't say that.
But that's the whole point. You said they was fighting in World War II, and I'm like, they wasn't on the front lines. They was in the factories and behind the scenes.
Nah, but they were in the fucking theaters.
From what I remember, they wasn't, you know.
No, they were in Europe. They were in Asia, but they weren't like, you know, fucking riflemen or something.
Yeah, they wasn't frontline infantry. They was more of workers, you know, nurses, doctors, and stuff like that. But they wasn't frontline infantry. It wasn't frontline infantry or soldiers until like maybe 60s, 70s, and
no, like 2013 or 14. But I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I never seen no female soldier in World War II. I'm like, I don't know who you talking to, but
yeah, they played a lot of core roles because there weren't enough men. I didn't say they were riflemen.
Oh, well, we got to look at the history books for that, buddy.
That's just gonna sit quiet, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I don't want to touch it. That's the most ridiculous thing to be debated in the first place. Women definitely served in World War II. No, they weren't on the front lines, but they definitely served.
Oh, boy. All right.
You guys, these soapboxes are getting pretty wild. Like, believe in reality.
Dead and Hotep, how you feel about the the GI Bill getting rolled back? The Republican initiative
to roll back.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's disgusting. Like,
it's pretty petty, right?
We need to cut government spending, man. We need to cut it. We need to cut it, man. We gotta cut it.
Disgusting.
Too much waste.
It's disgusting.
Oh,
It's veteran affairs in general in this country are just horrendous.
Yo, you know what's funny? The people who make these wars don't care about the soldiers, and they be turning around and be like, "Yo, we care about you, son. Have y'all figured it out already? Like, you don't care about the soldiers, no matter what. Like,
Are you trying to loop this back around to your anti-white rhetoric?
Well, I mean, it's not anti-white; it's anti-establishment. It just happens that
all right, I'm with you. I'm with you now. Now you're talking my language.
Happens to be white people. I mean, white men at the top.
See what happens.
It's true.
I gotta say,
with you, but you always want to turn left and jump off the bridge, man. You gotta just look, listen. Fuck the establishment. Let's stay on this bridge and let's just cross it together. Like, you don't gotta take any wild leaps, man.
Okay,
you don't have to apply race to it. Let's just fuck the establishment.
Okay, how come the fact that there's all these soldiers going to war, dying for these politicians, and yet it's like they don't even get paid for it? I mean, they don't even get like how much a soldier makes? Like what, 50?
No, 50? You wish.
Nah, they make like 20,000 a year.
20.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it? That's that bullshit.
If they're lucky, they make 30,000.
Like how much is a missile compared to your life as a soldier? That's fucked up, man.
You get a lot of benefits, you know what I mean? And
fuck all that benefit shit, man.
They're gonna cut that back. Man. They're gonna cut all that back. No, but at the same time, you guys reminded me of something. I don't know if it was. I think it was after Iraq when the yellow ribbon and it was really used as a prop to like shit on the left. Even though the left was never like anti-soldier, I never really got that. Do you remember that? Because I do clear as day.
I remember like when I enlisted, Bush was not senior, but
junior, yeah.
Yeah, he was campaigning and promising to give those in the military a raise. Mm-hmm. So I voted for him, and I got a raise.
Okay,
it worked out. So I think it's just their commitment to military spending has always kind of put them on the side of we're with our soldiers, we're with the military, but now that spending is not translating into pay and standards of living, increased standards of living for the soldiers. It's more high-tech bombs and jets that don't really fly.
That is unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
It's a great time to be an engineer, right?
Yeah. Engineering is always a good profession. Fucking, wish I went to fucking engineering.
How do you guys
been an engineer?
How do you guys feel about the demise of Bill O'Reilly?
Oh, we talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
It could have happened to a better person.
That's true. When do you guys think he not
how it was just all of a sudden, man.
When do you think he got really on top of his game at Fox? Like right around Afghanistan, right? Or maybe a little bit before? How long do you think he's been on Fox? Like as a top pundit?
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about
the past 10 years, man.
Delete more, I think.
I think about 14 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I remember he's been on with Cameron, with Dame Dash.
Yeah, back when. Like the old boy days. Jesus.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. He's maintained.
Yeah, he had a long run.
Yeah.
I mean, the books, the TV, you know.
I think he's still gonna be like in the background on radio and dropping books like every 6 months.
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
No, he'll find another hustle. I mean, he was putting out a book a year, I think.
He's got a huge
exactly.
base.
Like every 6 months, he has some, and they're like bestsellers too.
Oh yeah,
that's what blows me away.
Yeah, it's wild.
Can't really get rid of these guys. The guys at the top of the storefront heap. You can't really get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
They got a huge fan base, and their fan base has money, so it's just they're not going anywhere.
I mean,
from 96 to 2017. 96.
Jesus.
Number one, highest rated evening news show. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yo, but let's just
how
think
big
about
a severance package is gonna be shit.
You know, it's probably just smoke and mirrors, and you know, there's another wave coming, of course. But you know, to see Ayers and now O'Reilly taken out by the same type of sex scandals, which I'm sure they were doing this shit the whole time. Within the last,
how much do you think Bill O'Reilly got? He must have got a load of pussy off that show.
Oh, Bill got paid out.
He wanted some of that sister. That's what did him in. Sexual They was like, "No, you gotta go now."
Bridge too far. God.
No, but imagine how many women just went with it. You know what I mean? Just to try to get on TV.
I don't think they just went with it. They actually got paid out. I think they were silenced. I think there was hush money that was given out.
Well, this isn't the first time it's happened. I think this has been like a continuous thing for like the last 10 years or something. Like
it seems like it's like the second or third time he's been actually accused of this shit, man. I was just like, oh, again? It seemed like just like in like 2012 he got accused, or 2013 he got accused of something.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of just made it seem like, oh, it was garbage. It wasn't really real, but.
Well, he had high enough ratings to not justify, but to see why why Fox would try to just sweep it under the rug and not really make a big deal out of it. He's making them tons of money.
Oh yeah. I just think it's the big thing that happened was the advertising. He fucked up the advertising money for a lot of big companies because they can't play that shit anymore either. The advertisers can't get away with it because they can't hide. With the internet now and everything just being front page, you can't hide from that type of negative press. And I think like Mercedes and like a bunch of car companies pulled their advertising, and
bad press off a single company, and I guess you don't want to be associated with Bill O'Reilly. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
Actually,
you can't get away with that shit.
It actually makes perfect sense because I always tell people that Fox is always trolling just to get you to watch the ads and shit anyway. They only tell people, their constituents, basically the rhetoric that they want to hear.
Right.
So because we all know that the prime demographic is like drug prescriptions and shit anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who they're trying to target. So I mean, you fuck that up, you're gone.
Right.
Well, the higher your ratings, the more you can charge advertisers for the time slots. So that's always the name of the game.
Yeah, it's business, man. It's just a business shit.
What's crazy? If you do real tight, like what's this thing? Corporate friendship with the group in general, you get gifts from them. They give you cars, prizes, all this type of shit. And I'm like, why would you want to ruin it for sexually harassment? I mean, I could just imagine Mercedes-Benz sponsoring my show and giving me a nice new car, and I'd be like, listen, I'm gonna ruin it by sexually harassing people, and I'm gonna lose the endorsement deal. You know,
because at some point it's not about the money, man. It's not about I got money and I can sleep with. It's a power thing.
I got a question. You
Yeah.
guys, with the exception of Uncle Hotep, pretty much all lean left. How do you guys feel about you can chime in too, Uncle Hotep. How do you guys feel about the Republicans seeking to ban soda and candy from food stamp recipients? Junk food, basically.
In regards to what?
It says food stamp recipients won't be allowed to buy cigarettes with welfare dollars. They're going to just restrict it to certain foods only.
SNAP? Oh, you're talking about SNAP or
Yeah.
TAP or whatever the hell they call it.
It just has welfare dollars. So it doesn't specify which,
the Republicans,
which program.
the Republicans think that a lot of black people are on welfare, and the majority of welfare people are white. So it's not going to hurt us in a way. So it's like, guess what?
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, if they could, they would probably try and ban fried chicken as well.
And you know what's funny?
Fried chicken and watermelon.
And you know what's
Kool-Aid.
funny?
Like that's.
I think I know like SNAP or TAF or whatever it's called now. TAP, is it?
I think it's still SNAP.
It's EBT. It's EBT, man.
So, anyways, those I know there's a bunch of limitations on. So I don't know what welfare dollars would allow you to buy cigarettes unless you're just trolling there. But they can't even. I don't even think they can order hot food, and there's a bunch of restrictions on it.
Yeah, there's already restrictions on there. When I worked in the supermarket, you couldn't get hot food.
Candy and soda. No soft drinks, no candies, no junk food.
Kind of mixed feelings, but at the same time, generally, if you get SNAP, you have children, or you're really fucking screwed anyways. So I don't see the problem really. Because the same people that are on SNAP are on Medicare, and even if they had paid health insurance, you're kind of fucking them over either way.
But you know what's funny? They're only fucking their own constituents over, because guess what?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like the Republicans make these laws, right? But yet the laws turn around and hurt the same people that vote for the Republicans.
How is it hurting by not allowing them to buy Coca-Cola and Snickers?
Because the majority of white people on welfare are white.
You're not getting the question, Norman.
What's the question?
Yeah.
What's the question?
How does that harm them? How does not being able to purchase a Snickers candy bar with federal money, with welfare money, hurt you?
I think that it's like the cheapest foods, the more expensive foods that you buy, right, are the healthy ones, right?
That's a good argument. It is more expensive to eat healthy.
Right. And the cheapest foods to buy are the least expensive. But if you spend all your EBT money on expensive foods or healthy foods, then you have to wait until it's refilled to buy more.
So you're saying buying?
So it's a good thing you're saying.
Yeah. So buying.
No, it's not a good thing, because it's like the only thing I could.
You're saying the cheap unhealthy
right
stuff goes further. He's saying the unhealthy food goes further because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. Exactly.
That's what he's trying to say.
But we're trying to incentivize people to work, man. That's.
And we're trying to combat obesity and diabetes, which is disproportionately high in the black community. Yeah, it is. Diabetes.
Nobody cares about the obesity epidemic like that. They don't care. Let's be honest. They're not doing this for that.
I don't think
single payer. I think we need to really look at those kind of things.
Yeah, they're not trying to do that. If they weren't, they're not serious about that shit. They're not, because if they did, they would impose higher regulations on some of these food companies and shit.
Oh, that's a whole different conversation.
But there you go. They're not. This is yeah.
I think what they don't care about the health impact. They care about the dollar impact to Medicare and other stuff like that.
Right.
Which I guess you're kind of two birds with one stone. But I don't think the health impact they care about, but the dollar impact is what they're really after. Because obviously, if someone is on SNAP and they have Medicare and they're basically killing themselves with what they eat, you're funding the problem that you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know here in California, it just went into effect. They put a $2 tax on cigarettes, an additional $2 tax, even more than it already was. I'm just like, Jesus, being a smoker is getting harder and harder. Like, they're just gonna tax people into healthy living. Like, it's crazy.
You still gonna smoke though, right?
I don't smoke, but I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
you know how heavy a $2 per pack tax is? Like, that's insane.
Cigarettes are already like $10, man. Fuck.
I know, it's insane.
$10?
Yeah,
in California, yeah, man.
In New York, it's like $12, like $12 a pack.
Yeah, a good pack of cigarettes like 17 or 18 bucks here.
Thank God I don't smoke, man.
Oh, fuck.
No wonder people are hustling selling Lucy's and shit.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Damn.
Now it's starting to make sense.
Right? A cigarette.
Like, that makes sense, man. That's ridiculous.
But I'll say, like, I don't really care. Like, if they want to tax cigarettes and they want to tax soda and they want to tax all that shit, fine. But use the fucking tax money for something good. That's all I care about.
Yeah, we're building prisons.
Fair enough. Are you guys? Has that free college stuff taken effect yet in New York? I heard you guys approved like free college for residents.
From what I've heard, it has taken effect, but I think only for like it starts next year, like this year or next year or something like that. So I have to talk to my friends about my homegirls about it. You know, she has an inside track. You know, she's a cute college student, and I'm going to work with. You know.
Oh, really?
Oh, you know, she has a man. I can't really overstep my bounds. I mean, but damn, man. Well.
You know how many single women there are in New York? I heard it's like 2 million, dog.
There's got to be like 2 or 3 for every guy.
Yeah,
I mean, leave it alone, bro.
You will not find a shortage of women in New York. It's a good thing, but you know the quality is the concern right there. You know what I'm saying? The quality.
Weren't you like dating some like 21-year-old crazy chick with like a male best friend or something?
And the pussy quality was A+. I mean, I can't deny it. It was what it was. You know, I mean, she wasn't that ratchet, you know, but you know, I was like, hey, the pussy was good, you know, at the time, you know, I go front.
New York's got bad chicks. I mean, I can safely say that New York is.
I don't like how they talk. You know that the chicks in New York that I've met, they all talk like dudes. Like,
come on, that's just a front, man.
I don't mean tone. I just mean like the way that they talk. Like,
it's a front.
They like talk like
they talk
homies.
Rough.
Like, they talk rough. Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Every New Yorker is rough. Female, male, Hispanic, black, white. It doesn't matter. We're from New York. We talk rough because we're New Yorkers. It's a rough place. You know, once you get past that roughness, then you know, hey, you good. All right. That's all you gotta do is just get past it. I mean, because if you go to LA, how do y'all talk in LA?
It's not foreign to us. That's a hard question to answer. Talk how we talk, bro.
How do y'all talk? I want to know. Because I never been out to Cali. So how do y'all talk in Cali? Like little.
You gotta come to Cali, man.
Yeah, I got.
I mean, it depends on the types of women you're meeting or where they're from, but
yeah, dude. Because Cali, you got a lot of transplants, dog.
Yeah, lots of transplants. I mean, New York's a metropolitan city.
New York's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. You got people from everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you run into a chick from like deep Brooklyn or deep Bronx, yeah, she's gonna be pretty fucking tough. She's gonna be be tough. It's fucking like
it's the same thing if you run to a chick from the hood,
you get what you get,
A chick from the hood is a different chick from the chick from like near the beach, Shit.
Right.
God bless San Diego.
It's like living in 2 different cities, man.
But for real, how do they talk out of Cali? Because how is it?
You gotta just come experience, man. It's an experience.
Are they like bougie and stuck up? Are they bougie and stuck up out there?
They got that too, just like I'm sure New York has it, man. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
it's nothing like
it's a big city, dude. You got everything. You just gotta find your place. It's the same thing. A little bit of everything, just find your place. There's something for everyone here, man.
And you will get your heart broke. You might want to be careful, Norman.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do all that again. I'm just gonna hit and run. That's all I'm doing right now.
You learn your lesson. It's hard on hoes now.
Yep, I learn my lesson. Not hard on hoes, but get just do.
I see you in TLR, man. It's always hard on hoes for you.
Oh God,
I'm
dude.
doing what I'm
Character
doing
when he gets off.
Yeah, every hard on hoes thread, you're up in there. Yep, swinging the
Man,
sword.
he's like the first poster and shit.
Got GMD tatted on his back. This guy. Hardcore. That fucking young chick ruined you, man. That chick ruined you.
Learn my lesson. That's all.
Yeah, I remember that now from a couple weeks ago. I was pretty drunk that night, but yeah.
That young chick ruined you, bro. Crazy. I can never talk to a chick 10 years younger than me. That's insane.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, or if I do, man, it's a very simple relationship. It's Netflix and chill.
Girl 10 years younger than me would be 18.
Yo, see, exactly. That's crazy, huh? I was just thinking that.
It's legal.
Yeah, it's legal, right? they ain't shit to talk about. I couldn't talk about politics.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a whole lot of talking. He tried to have
exactly. It's not gonna be talking, man.
Relationship with a young chick. That's where he fucked up.
It's like, where am I gonna take her? The park.
Something to eat, then to the bedroom. Man.
Oh shit!
You know they're drinking, staring at her.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. If you're talking to a chick who can't drink alcohol, like
drink at the crib, man. 18-year-old chicks are still drinking, man. They getting, matter of fact, that's the age they getting drunk. They getting blackout drunk, man. It's even easier.
Oh god,
those are babies, man. I don't know about all that.
That's a bottle of Netflix time. That's not a dinner and dancing evening.
I don't know what y'all talking about because that's how most of my dates go anyways. y'all talking all this.
He's living that life. All right, we're at an hour. We're going.
All right, guys, take it easy, man.